Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are live again at the BiddendenTractorfest and Country Fair. I think this is something like our 5th live broadcast. The weather is holding up, it's not raining, at least I don't think it's raining. We've had some heavy cloud here, but it's still a wonderful day and it's very, very busy. Now, you may notice that I'm not actually outside, but I'm inside a marquee, and if I look around, what can I see? I can see pots of honey, I can see the insides of hives. I'm not in an apiary, but I may as well be. I'm at the Weald Beekeepers at the Kent branch of the Weald Beekeepers. Just had to get a mental brain going there. Now, I'm going to be talking to the lovely John Priestley, who is the chairman of this particular branch. Hello, John. Do come in. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you very much.
I've got a round of applause from all of the wonderful employees working ever so hard. Volunteers, should I say?
Volunteers,
the
that's
volunteers. Right. That's right. So anyway, we're live. Lots of people are watching. They may be wanting to ask questions. So if you've got questions, then we're going to have a look in a second. Just hold them back for a moment. John, this is a marvellous marquee. You've got lots of interesting things on display. We're going to be talking bees. This is something obviously you know a lot about.
Very much so. Well, I hope so.
You hope so? You're the chairman of this branch.
Yeah, that's right.
So tell me, so beekeepers, and you're a branch of the Kent Beekeepers. Are there many of you then?
There's branches all over Kent, different branches. We are just the Weald of Kent Beekeepers,
right?
Which is a branch of the main Kent Beekeepers Association.
So how many people do you have?
Well, our figures are 90 plus people, but
90.
Yes, that's right.
So, and they're all keepers of bees with their own little hives?
They are. Unfortunately, we don't have 90 active members. Right. Some of those are retired.
Okay.
But the ones that are active are very much active and very involved in the branch, in the running of the branch.
So tell me, when we go and buy honey from the supermarket, often it says a product of different countries and that sort of thing. That's not your bag. That's commercially
that's
farmed.
Right. We are beekeepers who produce local honey, and it's pure local honey. There's no mixture whatsoever.
Right. Now, I've always heard, people have always say to me, you know, if you've got a cold or you've got an infection, what you need to have is a bit of local honey.
That's right.
And is that not just a wives' tale? That's a real thing?
No, that is correct. If you have local honey, it does help when you've got allergies or anything like that.
Right. Oh, brilliant. So, how easy is it to keep bees, and what do you need other than obviously a hive?
Well, keeping bees is very easy. It depends on how much time you've got to spare.
Right.
You need for one hive probably an hour a week.
Okay, so I assume that the bees are doing all the work and you just pop in every now and again and check on them. That's obviously not what happens.
Well, that does happen. They do all the work, of course. They produce the honey. So although we call it our honey, it is the bees' honey.
Yes.
But we only need to spend about an hour and a hive a week at the maximum.
And what are you doing when you spend that hour?
Well, we are checking in the hive to make sure they don't have any disease.
Right.
And there's nothing in there that shouldn't be there. So it's mainly the disease, and they're not ready for swarming. So, you know, that's what we go and check for. And therefore we have to do it every week.
Do bees make honey all year round, or is there a season?
No, there is a season.
Yeah.
During the summer, from April until September, there will be production of honey.
Right.
And after that, then it goes into the closed season for them. But they will then form a cluster. And that they will become the size of maybe a small rugby ball.
Oh, okay.
But in the main
within the hive itself.
Within the hive itself.
Yeah.
In the main season, we can have between 50,000 and 60,000 bees.
Wow. Now, I've heard recently over the last few years, particularly on mainstream media, that bees are in decline. That there's not enough. I don't know, they're not pollinating enough, or there's crops with terrible insecticides on which are killing off bees, and also people saying, oh, you shouldn't have too many bees at home because there's not enough flowers. Are all these wives' tales, or all these real things?
Well, it's a fact that bees are in decline, but the good thing is that we do have a lot of more new beekeepers on stream now. Beekeeping is not just a matter of having bees at the bottom of your garden. because just leaving them there and doing nothing to them is the wrong thing, because if they get a disease, they will then fly and disease will spread to other hives.
Yes, of course.
So they have to be looked after, and we always recommend that anybody that wants to be a beekeeper should join a local association.
Right.
As I say, there are associations throughout Kent. We are just one of them.
And so you can not only nurture them and give them advice, but presumably when they're in trouble, come to their aid.
That's right. We do run a taster session, which it's an introductory session. So people who have never kept bees before, they come along, they give us a few pounds, and we then spend so many hours with them, showing them hives, talking about the bees, talking about the problems that they are, and then we let them decide if they want to become beekeepers. If they want to become beekeepers, then we can train them.
Has it been a bit of a fad for some people? Do some people think, oh, it would be just nice, it's a bit of a fashion statement to keep bees down the bottom of the garden and then not really know what they're letting themselves in for?
That's right. When anyone says to me that they want to keep a hive of bees down the bottom of the garden, we don't want to know, because they will only cause a problem.
Right, okay. So you're here at the Biddington Tractor Fest. You've got this wonderful marquee, you've got lots of sort of stuff. Tell us about some of the stuff that you've got exhibiting here.
Okay, well we are exhibiting from clear honey.
Yes.
Through to...
Can I just grab one of these?
You can.
Here we go. This is an example of clearish honey.
That's a medium honey.
A medium honey. Oh, I see it.
We will have over here...
It's just gone to get a... There we
clear
go.
honey.
If you hold it up to this camera here...
Okay.
There we go. Look at that, ladies and
And a
gentlemen.
medium. And then we have...
Now, don't get them mixed up when you put them back on the
We have
table.
honey that is crystallized, and it's called set honey. But all pure honey, all beekeepers' pure honey, will crystallize.
Oh, right.
But on the back of a lot of the jars, it will tell you exactly what to do to bring it back to liquid if you
How do
wish.
you get to, from this, that looks like it's refined, like wine when it clears, to what's the difference? What is the difference in process?
The difference from clear, light honey to medium honey is the type of foraging they've had.
Oh, I see. So you have no control over that?
Not on that one.
It's down to...
But when it comes to the set honey,
Yes.
that's only time.
Oh, so they will all go like
They
that
will all
eventually.
set, all set eventually.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Now you've got over here, if we just step back a bit, you've got some examples of, this is the honeycomb in...
This is a honeycomb that is in a hive.
Could you just show that again to
will.
the camera? That would be... Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. So this is in a hive.
And that is the honey that we would extract.
Presumably you're not taking all of the honey because the bees do need that themselves.
Yes, the bees need something like 30 pounds of honey in the winter to live.
And how much would a hive ordinarily produce?
During the season, we can get anything up to 100 pounds plus.
Oh, right. Okay.
out
So
of
you're
the
not
hive.
removing too much.
No. We will take the what it classes as surplus.
Yes.
And we leave the rest for them for their food.
Fantastic. I'll let you put that back. They look very delicate, and each one just slightly different. You're running prizes here for. What are you looking for when people are exhibiting their different honeys?
On the clear honey, the medium, we're looking for clarity.
Yeah.
Without any little bits in there, of course. And the judge will go through everything and check that it is totally clear, no little bits in there, no bubbles on the top, which does happen.
Right.
For the set honey, it has to be consistent all the way through. For the wax blocks,
This is an example of a wax
that's an
block.
example of a wax block.
And the wax that's beeswax.
This is pure beeswax.
You
And
can't eat beeswax, can you? You'd use that for furniture polishing.
you can use it for many things, which
Right.
I think you will probably
We're going to go and
see
have a look
later
at
on.
very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to see that. And that one happens to be Eric's. We will meet Eric shortly.
Then we have honey that is sold at the gate.
Yes.
So that is on display there, and that is a section which we have in our competition. And then we have different candles that are made from our beeswax and different products from the hive.
Fantastic. So if people are interested, how can they get hold of you? Where do they go?
Well, they will contact me through the KBKA website, and they look for the Weald branch.
And what is your, because we're live, I can't actually put it up. So what's the website address? Or what will they search in Google?
They will go for the Weald of Kent Weald Beekeepers.
We've got a card here being hurriedly put towards us. Here it is. I'll have a look on here. It says www.wealdbeekeepers.com. That's all you need to know. And if you just put in Weald Beekeepers into your search engine, which is most likely Google, but there are others are available, and then you can do it. And I've just been whispered by Eric. He has a QR code, which I'll hold that up. I don't know whether you can use that. I'm holding that. So if you freeze the frame, you might even be able to do that. It's the in thing, these QR codes. Before we move on, I'm just going to see if anybody has any questions. We've got lots of people watching at the moment. Let's have a look. You've got a question. Mr. Suggett's got a question. Come in here, Mr. Suggett. What questions have you got?
Right. One question is from Nigel Sadler.
Yes.
How do you become a beekeeper? Do you just buy a hive and wait for a colony?
No, absolutely not. You really contact a local
Do
association.
you need a license or anything to do it? I mean, could you do what Nigel had just suggested?
You could, but it's unlikely that you'll just get a colony just appear.
Yeah.
But it is possible. But the best thing to do, you need to be told and shown how to operate properly. And that's why we say always join a local association.
Otherwise, you're just wasting your time.
Not necessarily wasting your time, but
bees may not come to, if you set up a box.
But when you get a problem,
Yes.
you're in an association that there's somebody there who's had that problem, and they will help you sort it out.
Fantastic.
Mentoring on is it a bee mentor it's called?
We have mentors. We try to, all of our new members, we try to give a mentor to.
Any other questions?
I've got one for myself. I've obviously from the Veg Grower podcast, as everyone out there knows, we have people on our allotments who have bees, and every now and then we'll get a swarm of bees come across. It may not necessarily be from these hives, but they always get the blame for it, which ends up people having to give up their bees. Is that a common thing? The way you're smiling tells me it is.
Well, the bees, part of their culture is that they will swarm not every year, but they will swarm. And that is why they've been around for many thousands of years. If you get a swarm, then you contact a beekeeper and he will collect it, and that will be okay. If you've got beekeepers on your allotment, hopefully they are beekeepers that will be able to collect that swarm and deal with it.
Yes, I think unfortunately mine have all been pushed off because of the swarming.
Righto.
Yeah.
Right. Hey ho, hey ho. So I'm very keen now, ladies and gentlemen, to find out what we can make with the beeswax. And the lovely Julia has been having a little look. So let's go and find out from the lovely Julia exactly what sort of things she's been peering at and what she's going to say for herself. Julia.
Hi.
So what are you looking at there, Julia?
We are looking at products made from beeswax. Funny that. Yeah, we've got quite a few here. Loads of lovely things. Sugget has already tried the beard oil.
Yep.
Smelling very lovely there, Mr. Sugget.
Yeah, they need smell-o-vision on these things, don't they?
Yeah,
really-
we really do need smell-o-vision.
Really
Better
is.
smell. So here's the beard oil. It smells really nice, actually. I'll have another smell.
I can feel it's already made my beard quite nice and soft as well.
Is it giving you extra growth, is it?
It's giving me. I shaved this morning.
I wonder if I put it on my legs, will that make me grow?
I didn't pay you, right? To say
No,
this, did I?
totally not.
Loads of lovely healing properties, yep. What's the ingredients in it?
One of the ingredients is hemp seed oil, also
Ah.
known as the happy maker,
Yeah.
cannabis oil.
Cannabis oil, vitamin E oils, and essential oils. I should just do this.
Beard, moisturise the beard, frankincense to soothe the skin, and I think some chamomile to, if it's a bit itchy and sensitive, then all makes your beard look gorgeous and silky.
Yes, and of course massaging it as well is going to help the growth, isn't it? So yeah. What else have we got here? With another one for you though. So that gardener's hand cream. Would you like to have a try?
I'll give it a try.
Let's give that a try.
How much would you say? Is that about enough, would you say?
Try a little.
Up a fair bit, yeah.
Massage it in.
But again, if you feel comfortable, if you need more, take more. It's on us.
Yeah. I'm going to try the hand balm.
And in a minute we need to try the beard balm on Richard's head.
Do you want me to take the microphone while you do that?
Oh yes, you're going to try the beard balm on my head. This is Eric.
That's right.
Here, hello, Eric.
A wonderful good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eric. This is my gorgeous wife, Bridget, or the lovely Bridget. And guess
Everybody's lovely.
they're
on this
lovely.
show.
Yes, and guess
We have
what?
a TLB.
We love the same color, right?
Yes.
Purple. Purple we
In
are.
good company
yes.
here.
Yes. So, and Richard, we need to try this lovely beard balm on you because I can see your skin needs some moisturizing.
Well, come over here.
Yes, I will do.
Come over
Thank
here.
you very
Let's
much.
put that camera back. Thank you so much. And so, just explain. This is beard oil, which ordinarily you would place on a beard. I don't have
That's
a beard,
right, yes.
ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, there's nothing there, and I've shaved on my head. So, is there a thing that this may generate growth on the top of my head?
I'm absolutely convinced, Richard, that you will have full hair.
I was told by your lovely wife earlier that Eric never lies.
That's
and
right.
a
Let's put it
promise.
this way, I always say the truth.
You always say the truth,
Yes.
and a promise is a promise.
That's right. Yes, and everything else is totally fake news.
Right.
Totally fake
We
news.
get no fake news on this
That's
show.
right. That's right.
So okay,
Yes.
so what are you going to do?
So I will massage it into your head if you let me.
Yes,
if you
no,
want
do.
to.
I'll do your table.
Oh, fantastic! Just look at this here. The lovely Julia.
Come
is my
in,
table
come in
cloth.
this way a bit, lovely
Come
Julia.
here. Lovely Julia.
There
A
we
little
are.
bit closer. A little bit closer. Yes. Yes.
So shall
Wait,
I?
hang on.
I will
That
get
we're all
down
on the
here like
same
this.
height. No.
No?
I managed to.
You're a taller man,
That's
aren't you?
right. That's right.
Actually, you're lovely. What was your name? Bridget. Bridget's tall
it's
as
written
well.
on the left. Look, can you see?
Oh,
This is
yes,
Eric
Bridget.
and this is Bridget.
I need
Because
a TLJ
I can
on my
never
shirt.
tell the
Where,
difference.
where are you from? You're not
Originally,
You're
or-
not from Scotland, are you?
No, I'm also not from Spain.
Not from
No,
Spain.
I am from Europe.
Oh, I've heard of Europe.
Oh.
Yes, that's
Actually, from Central Europe.
Oh, from
So, Richard,
Yes.
in the meantime, I will answer your question. But in the meantime, how does it feel?
It feels very nice. Yeah,
So what is it? Is it
what are you-
beard balm
what are-
or
what
my
are you-
massaging?
What are you doing later?
You know what? We can talk about it when the camera is off.
There's other areas. There's other areas of my body that needs massaging. My elbows, you see, they're.
Oh,
very-
you know what?
Yeah.
This is, here it comes. Our hand balm, our... Actually, if you like eucalyptus, you can also use the foot balm. Put it on the dry patches of your elbow. And,
It's
they will
the
be
smell
totally-
though. The smell is intoxicating,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
absolutely.
It's beautiful
yes.
smell.
And we've been sampling it with family and friends. So many people told me, oh, you know what? Can you add this? Can you add this? At the end, we had 10 different kind of beard balms, 100 different kind of hand creams until we selected the final one, which had the majority of the votes. Let's put it this way. Yes. So how is that? Huh?
This is fantastic. But beard balm's a bit of a new fad, isn't it? I mean, I know the Victorians were into their beards,
Yeah.
weren't they? And they had all that sort of beard manicuring or whatever it is you call it.
Vikings.
And Vikings.
Yes.
No, the Viking. Did they use beard balm?
I don't know because I think they didn't have razor blades.
Yes, that's true. They probably didn't have.
They had axes.
Didn't have axes. Not quite the same. Just lop the head off. You
That's
know.
right.
It deals with the beard
That's
and the hair at the same time. Yeah, of course. I didn't think of that. But the beard thing now is in the last 5 years. There's this been. You see all these hipsters with these beards,
Yep.
and they're all buying all this product, as it's
Yep.
known, and it's the in thing. And of course, instead of spending hundreds of thousands of pounds as they do on all these weird concoctions, they could come to somebody like you and use natural beard.
Totally natural.
balm.
So we have beeswax in there and just pure essential oils as well as pure oils. Those are the ingredients. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
100%
there we go.
nature. Yeah,
well,
the
I
only
can almost feel the growth now. It's stimulated something in my scalp, ladies and gentlemen. I can feel that any minute now something is going to protrude out from my head.
It will happen.
I
it will
understand
happen.
that one has to wear a certain thing in order to
That's
get
quite,
the growth.
that's
Shall I
quite
hold
right.
that whilst
Just hang on.
I'll let you grab hold of that.
Wow.
Eric's, apparently there's a special thing.
I've just tried the lip balm with lavender essential oil. It's
Ooh.
very nice, very slick.
Can you interject about the
It's all
hand cream as
happening.
well?
It's all happening here at the
So here we
board.
go.
Hey!
There we are, ladies.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
So what is this thing that's going on my head?
This is a traditional beehive.
Oh, it's a traditional bee.
It's a traditional
Wow.
beehive made out of straw
Wow.
and wicker.
And
Wicker.
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 Yes.
Wicker.
yes.
Oh, wicker.
As in-
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Do you have the subtitle? Could you
Yeah.
switch the subtitles?
Sorry, I need to put the
Yes,
the
thank you very
Middle
much.
European
That's right.
translator
That's right.
on. That's what we need.
The European is missing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It didn't come
It's
with this
already
software.
out. It's already out.
Shame. But listen, this has been absolutely fantastic. Of course,
Same here.
I'm back again tomorrow. If I don't have an afro by tomorrow,
Yes.
I should be very upset, ladies and gentlemen, and I should be after you.
No, please, after John. He is the
John?
chairman.
Oh, he's the chairman. So there we go. This is superb. And if anybody wants to come along, this is obviously the stand to come and see.
When you come in at the main entrance,
Yeah.
the first one on the left-hand side,
It's been
behind
a
the
hoot.
lavatories. No. No.
behind the bogs, ladies and gentlemen.
Just check the Weald Beekeepers. Some of them are weird.
Weird?
Not me, but the others.
Yeah.
And
No, Weald, I think it is.
And when you
Not
hear
weird.
and when you hear Weald Beekeepers, they don't mean on wheels.
No,
they don't
no,
mean hives on
no.
wheels like I
They mean-
initially thought.
They mean weird, as in loopy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been absolutely fantastic. Thanks to Eric, thanks to John, who's now engaged with some other people. It's been
And
an
thanks
absolute,
to Bridget
an
as
absolute
well.
star. Just going to see if there's any
Lovely Julia.
questions for us. Let's just have a quick look.
Fantastic.
The bee man is lovely, says Maggie Waters. I don't know whether she's talking about John.
Of course, John.
John, you're lovely,
Yes.
says one of our viewers, which is great. And David Carey says a new name for the show will have to be the Hairy Explorer. Yeah.
Here we go.
That's
Here
it.
we
So
go.
they're already sorting out the
Do I have to
branding.
massage then as
You
well?
do have to. What?
Do I have to massage as well then?
No, I think you've done enough massaging.
good.
Yes, you've caused enough trouble already.
Because
But there we
I'm
are.
on the clock, you know.
You are on the clock. Yeah, you need to get back behind your counter and do some more whatever it is that you do. It's fantastic. Very good. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a hoot here. We will be back again a bit later on today, somewhere else. We're looking for some more exciting and fun people. We like fun people, don't we?
We do.
Have you enjoyed it?
I've had a great time.
What was the best thing on the thing that you were looking at?
Well, my hands smell fantastic, so I like that. But also the lip balm.
Yeah.
Really nice. It just feels really good.
I'm
It's
going to
not,
get.
It's not heavy.
And Mr.
or anything.
Suggett, come in there, Mr. Suggett. What have you got on your hands?
Oh, I've gone for the gardener's hand cream, and I tell you what, my hands don't feel like they've been in the garden at all.
Look, do you know, you haven't been in the garden. You've been here.
I've been here.
So there we are. Bit of branding as well. How marvellous. Well, do join us again next time, ladies and
Beard
gentlemen.
balm is for Richard.
Oh, the beard balm.
Bless you.
Whatever he wants.
Whatever, wherever he
You've been
puts it.
given-
Oh,
A beard balm.
there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Look,
Thank you ever so much. It's ever so kind.
I now have to grow a beard in order to use it. Or just keep putting it onto my head. Like that. That's the way to do it. Till next time, thanks for watching. Take care and goodbye.